Yeah, boy. What up, bro? Phantom Festo, the Canadian Grizzly Bear. What's going on? What's going on, bro?
Can you
Yo,
hear me, bro?
yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
Oh, not much, man. I didn't think you called me, man. My bad, I missed your call.
It's all
What's
good,
going on?
man. I just went live, but if you want to jump in, I'll send you a link.
Oh, what's up? Okay. All right, so,
All right,
okay,
I'll
I
send you a
started
link
there.
right now.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
Phantom Festo. What's going on? The Canadian Grizzly Bear. What's going on, brother? If you want to jump in, I'll send you a link. Because what I'm about to talk about today just took the absolute fucking cake. Um, so hold on a second. I'll send you and Gunru Gaming a link to jump in here. Just a second. Let me go to Twitter. This, this. Oh my goodness! I could not believe what I read. See here, copy, and now we go to Twitter. There's Gunru Gaming. Send a direct message. Paste. There's a link for him. Got one coming for you, Fatal Mephisto. Hold on a second. Fatal Mephisto. Send a direct message. Paste. And there you go, my friend. J Dog, what's going on? Okay, so let me get to my normal introductions. What's good, gamers? What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Lincoln Clay coming back at you with another live stream. Let's be one cohesive unit and hit that like button to help spread my content to a wider audience. I would appreciate it. And please hit the bell icon so you can stay notified when I upload new content. I would appreciate that as well. If you are a new subscriber to the channel, welcome to the channel. I hope you are enjoying the content. What's good, Mr. Righteous Fish? So, today at work, I pulled out my phone and I'm looking for some stuff to watch on YouTube. And Andre 6K, what's going on? So I pull out my phone and I get an alert that Porter Rock was live. So I go to his live stream, and the title of his live stream says something to the effect of a Days Gone June blowout, from Game Informer, which I don't really know what that's about because I haven't looked into it yet. And then he said, and then there was also a / it said that Sony's not in the long game. So I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? And so in the description, he says something about what a writer said and how he did not agree with what the writer said. And he linked the description to the article in there. So now I'm going to share my screen with you and show you what this article said. Is that a Fatal Mephisto in here?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm sharing my screen with everybody because this is what I want to talk about today. This article right here, this was linked in Porter Rock's stream earlier, and so I read this article, and it says here Microsoft is playing the long game, contrary to Sony. So I want to read a few key paragraphs from this article. So starting with the first one, many look at the Xbox One party lineup and laugh. In the last year and a half, Microsoft has only released a handful of original games for the console. Instead, they focused on powerful hardware, setting the stage for the future. The Xbox One X is the most powerful system ever created. Though it has a very high price point at $499, it is comparable to a PC. The system runs true 4K. 4K is the future. When Microsoft decides to do VR, it will be done right. Microsoft is playing a long game, contrary to Sony. While Sony rushed out to come out with the VR, Microsoft has bided its time. Sony is doing an amazing job right now, and there's no doubt about it. But Microsoft has set the foundation for the future. Sony has yet to do. That right there, right out the gate. How idiotic. So there's like the whole article is just like imbecilic. but there was a few key points that stood out. So let me read the next one. About the PlayStation 4 Pro. The PlayStation 4 Pro is a very good console. The problem is that it felt like a knee-jerk reaction to the Xbox One X. Stop right there. It felt like a knee-jerk reaction to the Xbox One X. First of all, last time I checked, the PS4 Pro came out a whole year before the Xbox One X. So how the fuck can you make a knee-jerk reaction to something that that hasn't even come out yet?
Let alone the PS4 Neo at the time. That's what the code name was actually fucking in development fucking longer than the actual the Xbox One X.
And not only that, last time I checked, the PlayStation 4 Pro was made in conjunction with the PlayStation VR, which from what I understand, its code name was Project Morpheus.
So,
now
they went Matrix style on our asses, which is awesome.
Right. So from what I understand, they made the PlayStation Pro because the PlayStation VR ran terrible on the vanilla PS4, and that's why they made the PS4 Pro, so they would have a console powerful enough to run VR. Now you tell me how the fuck is that a knee-jerk reaction to the Xbox One X, which came out a whole fucking year later. So now moving on. Not everyone has a TV that can take advantage of the PS4 Pro. The cost is also a major factor. $399 versus $299. Sony has come out with some of the best exclusives in the last 2 years. They're on a roll. The PlayStation 4 is a must-buy console, but is Sony looking to the future or simply living in the present? Stop right there. Last I checked, when they all these games that was just now enjoying, last I checked, they revealed those games about 2-3 years ago.
Yep.
And so how the fuck, so they make it sound like just concentrated on 2018 and that's it. Like back in 2015, 2016, when they started unveiling these games at E3s and shit like that, they act like Sony only concentrated on 2018 and that's it. Wait, but this article gets better. So the PSVR running on the PS4 Pro versus let me start that over. The PSVR running on the PS4 Pro versus the PS4 is negligible. On the other hand, Microsoft has set a foundation for the future. And when they do venture into VR, it will blow the PSVR out of the water. Let me stop right there again. First of all, Microsoft ran their mouths that they were going to have high fidelity VR, and we haven't seen it yet. And first of all, the biggest reason we haven't seen it is because when they first talked about it and they seen what happened with Sony, I think at December of 2000, I want to say December of 2016, I think Sony had reported that they had sold 950,000 PlayStation VR units. That number wasn't big enough for Microsoft to decide to get in it. So they decided not to fuck with VR because they didn't think it was a profitable venture. They didn't think it was a healthy market to get involved with it. And so they left Sony to go ahead and do that shit on their own. And so moving forward, we haven't heard anything about about Microsoft's VR, which they were supposed to be partnering up with Oculus. Here's a couple of technical things. First of all, whenever they do get involved with VR, if it's going to run on the Xbox One X, because of that shitty processor that's in the console, I think their VR is only going to go so far. Secondly, since Microsoft isn't making any exclusive games for their Xbox brand, what in the fuck makes everybody think that they're going to make some amazing exclusive games for VR? So that's idiotic. Another idiotic point in this. And third, Microsoft, and this is the biggest one, Microsoft is not going to get involved in VR unless they see Sony prosper from it. Unless they see, like Sony hit like maybe 5 million headsets sold or something like that. Then they're going to quick slap something together the same way they slapped together the Xbox One X, which the Xbox One X, last time I checked, was made as a knee-jerk reaction to the PlayStation Pro. And it's, to me, the console seems slapped together because it's got all that power, but the shit has all kinds of problems. On too many occasions, they've had problems with frame rate issues and screen tearing. So that does not sound like a console that took, where they took their time, put some effort and TLC into this console. So let me move on. So it says, with God of War, Spider-Man, possibly The Last of Us Part 2, Detroit Become Human, Yakuza 6, and more, Sony's exclusives the past 2 years have been unrivaled. The question is, though, is Sony focusing too much on the present and eventually fall behind Microsoft, or do they have plans on their own no one else knows about? As of right now, Microsoft is playing the long game and setting the foundation, while Sony is more focused on the immediate future. To use a Fatal Mephisto word, what in the nebulous fuck are they talking about?
Wait, repeat that.
Right. I'll read the tail end of that article again, that paragraph. Okay, it says, with God of War, Spider-Man, possibly The Last of Us 2, Detroit Become Human, Yakuza 6, and more. Sony's exclusives the past 2 years have been unrivaled. The question is, though, is Sony focusing too much on the present and eventually fall behind Microsoft? Or do they have plans of their own that no one else knows about? As of right now, Microsoft is playing the long game and setting a foundation, while Sony is more focused on the immediate future.
What the fuck foundation are they setting? Services? I don't understand. I don't understand that statement at all, period. I mean,
how the fuck is games like Sea of Thieves in a PS2 with the State of Decay game and a fucked up ass Crackdown 3 that we haven't even heard about yet? How the fuck is that setting the foundation for the future?
Oh no, Silver, don't worry, dude, man. You're doing yourself a favor, dude, man. Definitely keep subscribed to Lincoln, man. You'll get along great with him, dude.
Okay. Oh, no. I mean, I'm just kicking real facts, you know. And this is this article. I'll get back to this. This rant, live stream, whatever you want to call it. This is more directed at the media. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, what foundation is Microsoft setting right now, except breaking a fucking back to get Game Pass off the ground? So let me get back to this article. So anyway, what's up, Jamal King? So, where is this? Where is this?
I'm still. I love you too, Silver. That's the thing I don't understand. What foundation is Microsoft future proofing? Sony's doing exactly what every other console generation fucking Sony has ever done, which is delivering on content and games and shit like that. Microsoft is too busy fucking doing what exactly? Screwing over their consumers, lying to their consumers, overcharging their consumers with broken ass fucking free to play type kind of games like Sea of Queefs. But yet, so if that's the direction that they're setting as far as a foundation goes for the future, we're fucked.
Right.
What's up, my fellow gamers?
What's going on? What's going on, Gumru? I'm gonna finish reading this article and then we're gonna get into this discussion. So moving on to the next paragraph of this article. Microsoft has set a solid foundation for the future. They don't need another console in the next few years. They have the Xbox One X. Its sheer power is not to be scoffed at. While there are no exclusives for it yet, it's only a matter of time, probably a few years before Microsoft phases out other Xbox One consoles and dedicate all their resources to the Xbox One X. Wrong, because first of all, you know, by the time they talking about probably a few years before they phase out the other Xbox One consoles and focus on the Xbox One X. By that time, whatever the new iteration of the Xbox is, the Xbox 2 or whatever you want to call it, that will be out by then. And that will be Microsoft's focus, which I said before that I think the next Xbox is going to be some kind of Steam box or some kind of Fire Stick. So once that new iteration of the Xbox comes out, they are going to forget about the Xbox One X. So, you know, those who bought an Xbox One X, what you have right now is what you are going to get the rest of this generation. And that is third-party games. You're not going to see any more AAA games this generation.
Actually, keep going.
After Crackdown 3, unless they've got something hidden at E3 that we absolutely do not know about. And look how long Microsoft built up the hype train for Sea of Thieves. If they had something in the works that was still going to come out this year, we would know about it right now, so they could start the hype train, so they could run boring ass episodes of Inside Xbox to help promote whatever game that was.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of Inside Xbox, though, where the fuck is this month's, man?
Right.
State of Decay comes out in like what, 12 fucking days?
Good point.
And there still isn't a goddamn Inside Xbox. So what the fuck? Normally they usually announce that shit like 4 or 5 days prior to the actual live stream for that shit. And it's normally on the 10th.
Okay. So let me go on. With the release of the X, Microsoft has set the foundation for their future. Many are upset, myself included, that they haven't released more exclusives for the system. 2 years ago, Xbox was on fire. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about there. I think 2 years ago, we had, another rinse and repeat of Halo, Gears.
That's what they talking about, because that's all they had. Forza, Gears, and Halo 2 years ago. That's all they talking about.
Right.
That was it.
So now it says now you just have Sea of Thieves and Crackdown 3. Michael Pachter thinks Crackdown 3 will move systems, but that's outlandish and based on his admitted bias. Crackdown 3 will not move consoles unless they bundle this shit.
Yeah, they'll bundle it with an S and drop the price to $199, then it'll move those. That's
the only way it's going to happen.
Guarantee you that's exactly what Microsoft is actually going to do. I can bet you my life on that.
So now, the Xbox One actually has much more going for it than people would make you believe. The Game Pass subscription service is genius. It is a fantastic rental service that you're able to play new games day one, which they don't have any. Backwards compatibility is something that's sorely lacking on a PS4. So fucking what? I mean, at least, I'm playing new games on my PS4, on my PS4 Pro. Beautiful.
Time out. I like how he completely ignores the fact about PS Now, which is still an actual subscription service, just like fucking Game Pass is.
But I will admit, PS Now, I omitted that, from this conversation because it is terrible. The streaming aspect of it is terrible. I will admit, if PlayStation Now took on the same mold that Xbox does, where you download the game and you play it for as long as you are subscribed to the service, then I would have gotten on board with PlayStation Now. And I think the price is a little steep at $20 a month. So that's cut and dry with that. So until they do something about that, you pretty much won't hear PlayStation Now come out of my mouth, because the amount of exclusives that Sony has outweighs and outshadows PlayStation Now. So, okay. So what else is critical that I wanted to read? So it says, to have a successful E3, all Microsoft needs to do is show up and unveil exclusives. They need Gears 5. Oh, God. Halo would be nice, but the franchise isn't what it once was. They need some original IPs. Bringing Japanese developers on board would be an amazing step as well, which I don't know how much of an impact that would make, because I'm definitely, they're not even scratching the surface over in Japan. The Xbox is non-existent over there. There's so much potential. Microsoft needs to act on it with the foundation they've already created for the next 10 years or so. You really think they're going to keep the Xbox One X around for the next 10 years?
No.
So, okay, so no one, blah, 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 blah. They have to act on it. It remains to be seen. The Xbox One is, oh my God, the Xbox One X is the most powerful console ever conceived, but it powers and everything. And it was proven that. Okay, so it says Microsoft needs to announce VR or augmented reality in order to compete with Sony. They need original software. They need to follow through on everything they worked so hard to build. What? Other than the Xbox One X and hyping the shit out of Sea of Thieves, what have they worked so hard at? Now, here's the kicker. Down here, bottom of right here, where my cursor's at. Since Microsoft can do it, they're in good hands with Phil Spencer.
That's a fucking lie.
Right. The question is, will they? Will Sony move forward with a new console or an upgrade for the PS4 Pro? This generation will last much longer than people think. A PlayStation 5 may not even happen. Where the fuck is this dude been living at? There are development kits out in the wild, I believe, right now with developers, with first-party developers. And you know, Sony has already announced that the PS5 is coming. Mark Cerny, has already been developing, visiting developers, you know, getting, you know, feedback from the developers. Now, how the fuck will the PS5 may not even happen? So I'm done sharing. Let me go back to our page. So what did you think of that article?
Now, when I saw you screen share that, I remember I didn't read the article, but I remember seeing the title of it, and then I posted it on fucking Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you gave me an idea, and now that fucking Porter Rock himself actually went ahead and talked about that and disagreed with the thing, and everything that you just said right now, I don't know what the fuck that guy was smoking, dude, but there is no foundation going forward for Microsoft as far as the future goes, because their future is very questionable. So I don't know why this guy was sitting up there making fucking a blatant, sounds to me like a clickbait article just to get fucking views for his garbage ass fucking gaming website, because God forbid his views fucking suck cock. Excuse my foul language, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing of it is, the point is, what I'm trying to say is that there is no future foundation for it, because if they don't have the content to back it up and they're going strictly based on services, that's not a future that I want to see Microsoft go in strictly. If it's there as an optional means while still providing the actual first-party content or exclusive shit, then yeah, I'll be okay with it. But if that's what they want to do, just as far as to pump out as much money as they possibly can for the Microsoft brand, then I'll never fucking touch another goddamn Microsoft console product ever again as long as I live going forward.
I mean, what foundation, what future have they set? I mean, we already had Sea of Thieves this year. State of Decay is coming up. And we haven't heard anything about fucking Crackdown 3. That game, in my opinion, is still broken. The most important part of that game is the multiplayer, because that's how Microsoft plans to get reoccurring revenue off of this game. As far as they're concerned, if the multiplayer does not work, there's probably no sense in releasing this game, because they think it's probably going to be a one and done. It's probably going to sell like shit to begin with anyway. So they're probably going
to throw it on their half-ass on the Game Pass.
What's up, Ryan? You know, of course. I mean, like, after what they did with Sea of Thieves and what we're seeing out of State of Decay 2, it's become obvious that their future is releasing broken games on Game Pass, and then, you know, damage controlling and getting the media to say, hold on. Let's not judge them yet. Let's give them time. Let's give them 3 years until they get all the DLC in place and all this bullshit. That's Microsoft's future, is releasing broken games and fixing it as they go. I mean, hell, they do it with their fucking operating system. Every time they release a new operating system, the shit is buggy as fuck, and we get nothing but updates throughout the whole generation of that operating system until they move on to the next buggy operating system. That had to be the most imbecilic article I've ever read. That has to be the idiocy of that article has to be along the lines of that 4K isn't Xbox exclusives, 4K Blu-rays or whatever the case may be, and the other idiotic statement that games don't define consoles. This is just mind-boggling.
Holy shit! I just had an epiphany.
I came in late. Who wrote this trash?
What was that?
Who wrote that trash that you was reading?
Let me go back and look. Oh boy. VGHQ, Video Game Culture Headquarters.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if it was like, you know, GameSpot, IGN. I didn't know where the article came from. My bad. It's trash.
Oh my god! You know, and this article was written May 4th. So how the fuck did that fly onto my radar?
No idea, but I just had an epiphany though. You remember how the way Microsoft, when you go back and you look at 2013's fucking E3 conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Microsoft fucking first came out and talked about the Xbox One, and you remember fucking how dreadfully boring that conference was and what their main focus was for that press conference? Think back very carefully, right? It was mainly talking about, like, you know, fucking TV and trying to be like all this one, like this all in one media box. Remember that shit?
Mm-hmm.
So Microsoft fucking clearly saw that direction was obviously not going to work, clearly. So what they did is now they're trying to fucking expand on that by taking their actual games now and doing it from a service perspective. Instead of us fucking actually paying for extra, like, services like Netflix and fucking whatever you want to call it to make it that all experience media box,
mm-hmm.
there's like, you know what, there is something that we can do in order to rectify that, to pull in more profit, because that was their whole entire goal the entire time with the all-in-one media box, right? This time around, what they did is, like I said a moment ago, is that they're focusing on bringing those like gaming experiences to everything to build on that profitability wise. They want more people, instead of like fucking people buying their brick or console, however the fuck you want to call it. They want people to spend money on the games that they release and that they create themselves and that they release to a more broader open service from a service perspective to pull in more of that revenue. So basically all they're doing is instead of making an all out media box, they're going with their with like more of a service box now, to the point where you have to like, you buy their next console, right? And there's going to be fucking Game Pass on there. There's going to be that cloud service on there. And that cloud service is basically going to act as a formal gateway, so to speak, that you can play your games on that system. But then when you want to go out, or whatever the case may be, as long as you have an active fucking membership for that said cloud service, you can play on any device, any fucking device, except for Sony, because Sony's not going to allow that application on that fucking console. However, you'll be able to download an app on your phone, your tablet, your fucking, maybe on the Switch, whatever the case may be, and you can actually fucking continue playing your game, because it does everything through that cloud saving process bullshit. So say, for example, you're in the middle of playing Halo, and you're like, fuck, you know what? No, you don't have to play these games at all when you're actually on the hardware itself. Like, you're playing like the Xbox 3000, or the fuck they're going to call the next gen console, right? You hear me where I'm going with this? You're going to be able to play your games normally, like the way we're playing it now, right? Download them digitally, retail-wide, doesn't fucking matter. Mainly from a digital standpoint, though. But anyways, here's what I think they're actually going to do. What they're going to do is, man, is you go out and you go out like out of your way to buy, say, fucking Halo 6 or Gears 3075, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? You bring it home, you play for a little while, you play online, want to take a break, like, you know what, I have to go to work, but I mean, I really want to get past this part, but you're running late for work. Well, Microsoft found a way around that, in theory wise, because it kind of goes hand in hand with what I read the other day from that Trout fucking article that I was reading, because they're trying to put a big emphasis on cloud-based stuff like that for the next gen console, right? So if this be true, in theory, what I think you're going to actually do is when you want to stop playing your game, you want to take it like somewhere else on the go, whatever the case may be, they found a way for that. You're going to be able to actually fucking, your save is going to automatically get uploaded to this fucking save cloud thing, which it already is for both consoles. Well, now it's going to be 3 if you count. But at the same time, you're going to be able to stream the game from this cloud-based service, right? Because obviously you'll see that you own the game, because you technically put the game in. It's going to install like the rights to your fucking profile, whatever the case may be, until you take that game out of your system. You leave the game in your system, right? And then fucking when you want to go out and do your own thing, you want to keep playing on the go, as long as that fucking license is still on your account, you can stream the game from this streaming service and play it however long you want, wherever the case may be, as long as you have an active internet connection, of course, because that's the only way it's going to be possible to do it. And when you come home, fucking, you know, your save file just continues right where you left off, man, without a hitch, without being fucking connected to the air, unless you're playing multiplayer. That's what I think they're going to do. I mean, I know it sounds really, really fucking far-fetched and cold cut.
No.
It makes a lot of sense, though. It makes a lot of sense.
No, you just explained what I have been trying to tell people for weeks, and for months. You still with us? You still with us, Gunru?
I'm here. Yep, I'm here.
Okay, because I got my take on this, and it's gonna take a couple of seconds to explain this. You want to get something in first?
Oh, go ahead, finish up. Explain it.
Okay, now look, I've said it before. Microsoft's goal is to go after the biggest and hardest crowd to tame, and that is the casual gamer. That is the biggest crowd. That is the hardest crowd to tame, because this, as a group, the casual gamer is much, much bigger than the hardcore gamer. And I said it before, Microsoft's first crack at going after the casual gamer was the Xbox One as an all-in-one media device. They were trying to use that, you being able to interact with your TV, amongst other things, to try to draw the casual gamer in.
Well, they need to stop. I'm sorry.
It failed. They're trying it again. The goal is to go after the casual gamer. And this time, instead of trying to get everybody to come to the Xbox, they are trying to take the Xbox to the casual gamer through every device imaginable. I said it before. If you got a fucking heart monitor implanted into your chest, Microsoft wants to try to put Game Pass on that fucking heart monitor. They're trying to get Game Pass on every device imaginable. If the shit has some kind of electrical current, Microsoft wants to try to put Game Pass on it. So that is their goal again.
See, that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. It's not going to be Game Pass. That's going to be the service that's going to be on everyone's devices.
Right, but you're gonna need Game Pass to access no matter what device you are on. You are probably going to need Game Pass to access all that shit.
Going to be that cloud-based service. There's two things. There's two things going to happen, right? Game Pass is going to always be either on just PC and Xbox consoles, just in generality, because there's no way in fuck that the actual majority of these mobile phones or tablets or even the Switch itself would be able to run the majority of the games that are on Game Pass. That's number one. Number two, this cloud-based service. Now, there are two things are going to happen. A, they're going to release specific games for this cloud thing. They're going to captivate the actual casual audience, right? Do you see games like Halo being on their day and date? More than likely, probably not. What they're probably going to do is Halo 6 will come out. It'll be fucking like first year on the market first, whatever you want to call it, digital-wise too as well. After the first year, after its first anniversary, boom, that game goes up on that actual streaming service. People to play that on any device they want to. There's going to be incentive for players to go out and like the hardcore Xbox fans to go out and buy this console. There's going to be incentive there. There has to be, because if there's not, no one's going to buy that hardware. But at the same time, I could very well be wrong on that, given the fact of that statement that Phil Spencer said back in January, where he basically said that, oh, the devices don't matter. It's the consumer that matters, right? Remember, he said that with his own fucking greasy ass lips. So I'm firm to believe that number B, being my second thing on what's actually going to happen is what's going to happen is pretty much basically what Game Pass is, outside from it being like downloadable to your console. That's going to be strictly console related and PC related if they ever actually get it running on PC. The cloud service, though, is essentially going to be similar to Game Pass with a few notable exceptions. Charge you as that one for people that want that experience on the go. That's what I think. I think that's what that cloud service is going to be. Because right now we barely know any information about this cloud service on how they're going to treat it and what they're going to do. The only thing we do know is that they plan on bringing specific games to this fucking streaming service. What games could that be? We have no idea. We honestly don't know. Like, I mean, I don't see CFDs working well on on that service because it's an online strict game. So online, while playing a game through an online service, is not going to work too well.
You know what? It's very well conceivable. It's very well conceivable that Sea of Thieves could run very well on a smartphone. So let me
a smartphone. I'm saying like the fact that you have to be connected to your smartphone, and you also have to connect to the online service too as well for fucking Sea of Thieves.
Right.
But you're playing that through a streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
A streaming service has already taken up a shit ton of your bandwidth through your phone while playing online, an online, strictly online game. That's a lot of bandwidth you're sucking up right there.
Right. So let me respond to Ryan real quick, because he made an interesting point, and then I want you to jump in, Gunru, and give your take on this, because you haven't really had a chance to say much. Now, it says the cloud, like Ryan says, the cloud is not equal in strength everywhere. Look how long we've had cell phones, and we still get areas with no signal. We're still a long way off. You are absolutely right about that. And then from what I understand, there are some countries that do not have internet or terrible internet, but I think that has not stopped Microsoft from trying to get the Xbox into those countries. So even though we're still a long way off, it's obvious Microsoft, they're moving forward with this. How long it's just a matter of time, how long it takes for them to get this shit up and running. So go ahead, take the mic, Gunru.
Yeah, it don't matter how long it take them to get it running. It could, you see how long they had an issue with the Microsoft store, like, the Windows store. Like, they don't care, man. They're going to put it out there as long as it's generating income for them, because that's all they care about is the money. And I'm starting to realize that more and more. And that's why I be getting so upset with Microsoft, man, because, you're right. They're going after the casual gamers, and they're going after the money. And when E3 come and we see these lack of exclusives, man, and no games and a bunch of indie titles and online services, and how many players are playing on the services, Xbox Live and Game Pass, and when all of this cloud stuff come aboard, man, that's what they're going after, man. And gamers need to realize that, man, and make their decisions on what they're going to do. Is they going to support that or not? I refuse to invest into this ecosystem, man, any further until I get a clear picture of what they're doing, which I already know. So it's going to be hard for me to even continue to pour my dollars into Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
And the Xbox One X, like I was saying, man, I spent $500 plus the S that I bought that. I'm constantly pouring money into buying all of these digital copies of games for the Xbox store, and I can't continue to keep doing that, man. If they're gonna you know, just press these services on me.
Or you must be buying third-party games with your digital purchases.
I was buying a lot of third-party games. I got a lot of
because you shows a fuck ain't buying exclusives.
No, I'm buying a lot of third-party games digitally. I invested a lot of money already into Microsoft already. You know.
Mm-hmm. So, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Titanfall Princess. She posted a link on her Twitter page. You know, directed everybody here. I can't say enough about your support, Titanfall Princess. I really appreciate it. You know, you one of a kind, young lady.
Yeah, shout out to Titanfall.
Mm-hmm. What up? What up? Don't call me Danny. What's going on?
The Titanfall.
Yeah, I mean, she cool people. Like I said, even though she took the brakes off me. You know, what's up, Craig Harris? Those Xbox sales numbers are dog shit. You know, I don't know. I was probably going to get around to that anyway about that. What's up, Keon? I was probably going to get around to that anyway about these numbers that EA released and how everybody's saying EA might have it wrong and all this kind of shit. I guess I'll eventually get to that. But Microsoft, you know, as we were saying before, a minute ago, like you were saying, Gun Rooted, Microsoft is, in my opinion, they're trying to make $2 billion out of the paper bag. They're trying to make, you know, they're trying to make a bunch of money and not, you know, I mean, basically Microsoft went to Walmart and, you know, spent, you know, 14 cents on a bag of lunch, you know, on a package of lunch bags, paper bags, and trying to turn around and resell that shit. You know, I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but with them fucking with casual people, you know, take music, for instance. Okay, like take a hardcore rapper, okay? Take a hardcore rapper, right? He might be the hardest of the hard, talking about the drive-by shootings and shit like that he did. You know, he's been making that kind of music for years. And even though he may not have high record sales, he still has a dedicated fan base that's dedicated to his kind of music. Now, the minute he turns around and tries to go mainstream and do a song with Taylor Swift, it's over for his fucking ass. You know, like, you know, the mainstream going to listen to that song for about 5 minutes and then they're going to be like, who? You know, he going to be old news. You know, that's what the fuck, to me, is going to keep happening to Microsoft if they keep trying to fuck with this casual crowd. Stick to your core. Stick to your hardcore gamers, the people that made your brand what it is, and stop trying to fuck with these casual gamers. Give them some damn games for the money they invested into this ecosystem.
Hardcore Xbox fans are leaving in droves, or either that or they hold on to whatever they invested into the system and they just moving on. They grabbing, you know, the hardcore gamers is grabbing a Pro, grabbing a Slim or whatever. And they just going with that. They buying all their multi-plats, all their exclusives, and they starting to switch the ecosystem slowly but surely over to the PS4. And they already alienated the fan base, the hardcore fan base enough already, you know. So the ones that's sticking around is either in denial or just stupid. That's the way it is.
The way I see it right now, the PlayStation is the better value because you can say you could play the same multi-plats that you're playing over on the Xbox One X, plus the exclusives that Sony has. So in my opinion, you know, unless you specifically want Sea of Thieves or the upcoming State of Decay 2, I really don't see any reason to buy an Xbox. Not at the moment. I mean, and boy, you know, E3. God damn. You know, how many times did we go down that road? Wait till E3, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you know, and even if they show us a bunch of shit at E3, I'm led to believe they're gonna be, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Trailers. You know, you're not gonna see anything that's actual gameplay. It's just, I think, is a far high possibility that you're gonna see shit, the trailers that they made specifically for E3. It's very well possible that half of the shit that they might show at E3 this year may not even materialize. And like I said, just look no further than last year, all those damn indie games that they show. Where the hell are they?
Right.
So I just, boy, oh boy, you talk about somebody getting worked up when I saw that fucking article.
Man, toxic, ain't it? Toxic, bro. It's toxic.
Man, that writer had to be a bum that was just looking for views. I mean, he had to be a bum, you know. So I don't know. You know how some rappers is struggling to get a fan base, so they go off and try to diss one of the bigger name rappers. Like how many times have some of these low level rappers tried to diss LL Cool J trying to make a name for themselves? That kind of shit, you know. So in this case, instead of dissing somebody, they was grabbing Microsoft's balls and caressing them. So, you know, they was holding them gently and, you know, with tender love and care. Motherfuckers.
Christ, bro.
I said hold Microsoft's balls with tender love and care. Maybe even a gentle kiss.
God damn.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah. So do we want to talk about this situation with EA reporting numbers from back in 2017?
Oh my god, back in 2017, huh?
Yeah. So let me go to I'm gonna get ready to share my screen again. Let me go to VG charts because that's where I go to get, you know, the estimated numbers.
So why do they feel the need to put these numbers out?
Because I guess they were talking to their investors. I'm led to believe that they were keeping their investors in the loop.
That's another reason why
their investors are retarded.
But they didn't just report Microsoft numbers. See, what it was is they reported to their investors that like both platforms combined sold like 103 million. So somebody did the math, because back at the end of 2017, somebody did the math that, okay, PlayStation sold 73.6 million consoles. So the remainder is, you know, whatever it was, 29 and change from Microsoft. That's how they came up with that. So from what I understand, EA did not give a direct number. They just gave total numbers, and somebody, you know, did the subtraction. So like these articles are kind of misleading. Like EA says, you know, Microsoft sold this much. No, EA didn't say that. So I'm at VG charts, and they are saying that Microsoft is sitting on 37.3 million, which is kind of what I thought in the first place. But I think I'm gonna get ready to show everybody something anyway. So let me share my screen real quick. Minecraft 2, Twisted Sin. You think Minecraft 2 will be announced? That's a high possibility.
It is a possibility. About that time,
or some kind of so-called DLC, or some kind of Minecraft War, some kind of real-time strategy Minecraft bullshit or something. Who knows? But let me share my screen real quick, because I want to show these VG chart numbers. Okay, so up here in the upper left corner, you see that the Switch is sitting on 16.9 million. The Xbox One is at 37.3. PlayStation's at 78.5. So you scroll down here where it says weekly hardware chart. See how PlayStation has almost 84,000 in North America. And the Xbox One has about 52,000 in North America. And then I'm gonna, and while I'm showing this, I'm about to get to Randall Thor's ass in a second too, because when he did a video talking about how those numbers have to be inaccurate about EA saying that Microsoft sold like 29 million consoles, saying that those numbers have to be inaccurate, and that the Japanese figures haven't been worked in yet. Look at this shit right here. Xbox One, 157 units in Japan. This is a weekly number. This isn't something that just dropped off, you know, and globally to date, you know, what is this? And globally, the Xbox One has sold 83,000 units. PlayStation sold just as many units in North America as the Xbox One has sold globally. Look at that Japanese number right there. They sold 157 units in Japan. Now, how the fuck does, you know, a weekly sales of about 150 units? Now, how the fuck did that throw off the numbers? This 30 million that, you know, that they say is inaccurate. How the fuck did the Japanese numbers not being factored in throw that number way the fuck off at about 7-8 million when they only selling 150 a week? What the fuck kind of shit is that?
Man, tell me about it.
So that was some shit. Anyway, so based on this, so 83,000 units globally, if you want to average that number out. I'll even be nice and say 100,000 a week globally.
Yeah, I'm trying to blow it. I'm trying to see if I could. I don't know if I can zoom in on my screen. I'm trying to see what you're seeing right here, so I could.
Let me.
Okay, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So my whole point is at 83,000 a week globally. So let's go back to 2017, the end of 2017, where somebody claimed that Microsoft had 29 and change, you know, for how many they sold. So at 83,000 units a week, you know, since December of 2017, I don't think that wouldn't even put them at 31 million currently. So I don't argue with the numbers may be accurate. I'm more willing to believe this 37.3 million. I'm willing to believe that. But for Randall Thor to say that, you know, for him to try to say that the Japanese figures, you know, could be a factor as to why those numbers is off, he had to be, you know, out of his damn mind. I mean, to me, that sounded like fucking damage control. Right, you know, and then what's up, Sick? And he says, how the fuck could EA get it wrong? Microsoft has to give those numbers to developers so they can make a decision to invest time into a console. I agree totally. So with that being said, if EA is right that they were sitting on 29 and change as of December of 2017, that has to put them at no more than 31 million right now, which would be dismal. Speaking of which, you want to jump in, Sick?
What's up, Sick?
You know, hey, I'll do one better. I'll go ahead and send you the link, and if you want to join, it's there. Let me see here. Cop.
I don't know, man. I think maybe those numbers that EA estimated, man, could very well be on point. But then again, at the same time, he's at work. But at the same time, it's like, where's that 30 or where's that 37 that VG chart's fucking coming from?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we're looking at two different numbers here. It's like, why is EA estimating fucking 29.7 million or whatever the fuck number it was, just slightly less than 30? But yeah, VG chart just showing that it's sold 37. The fuck something's not ending up there.
Yeah, but we know, EA is in bed with Microsoft. So I would like to think that they have a better idea. Oh, okay, 6 at work. So VG charts, I don't really, I'm figuring that they're just guessing. I don't know if they have any concrete proof to back up those numbers. So I'm figuring they're just guessing. But Microsoft, has a relationship with EA. And then here's the other thing. If those numbers are wrong, how come Microsoft isn't coming over the top and say, no, those numbers are wrong? Because when 343 jumped up and said they were working on something other than other than Gears of War, whatever the case may be, that they were working on another IP? Did Microsoft jump out of nowhere? Like, no, they're not working on anybody else. They pretty
but
much
that could have been a PR stunt because a lot of those developer publishers will actually sit there and debunk those rumors. But it's actually not. It's just them fucking covering their own ass at the end of the day.
Right, but Microsoft still came out and jumped over the top of 343 Studios. 343 Studios said something, and Microsoft came over the top, and and tried to put that shit to bed.
It was Coalition that was actually that
Coalition. Okay, my bad. So, why wouldn't this apply here?
What do you mean?
Like, so if EA's numbers are inaccurate, why wouldn't Microsoft jump in and say, "Hey, those numbers are wrong. There's other stuff to be factored in, blah blah blah." So, I mean, why hasn't Microsoft come in and corrected them if those numbers are wrong?
No idea.
Because God knows, they are the king of damage control. So if somebody puts out misinformation about them, they quick gonna jump out. They're gonna jump out there and try to correct that shit quick. So, yeah, EA could be right. VG Charts could be right. But if they are right, like I said, if EA is right, I'm guessing that, based on the numbers that I showed you, the weekly numbers on VG Charts, they're barely pulling in. Let me see. You said, for a fact they're accurate. Just go back to when Microsoft actually reported numbers and do a month by month edition of what is reported. Yeah, that's going way back too. Fuck, I forgot what I was. Okay, what I was going to say is, let's say EA is right that they're sitting on 29 million and change. With them selling an average of 83,000 consoles a week, like I said, that here we are 5 months into the year, they wouldn't even be at 31 million right now. They might not even be at they wouldn't even be at 31 million right now. So why the big discrepancy? Why were they sitting on close to 30 million? And and right now everybody's guessing that they're more like at 37 million. So Sick, I would even be willing to give them 32 million. Based on the numbers that I showed you at VG Charts, I would even be willing to give them 32 million, but that's still 5 million off from the 37 and change that everybody's guessing.
Jesus, what the hell was that? It scared the fuck out of me.
So what do you make of this, Gunru?
Oh, the sales?
Yeah.
I think EA may be accurate, man. I'm not gonna sit here and say they lying. And you're right, it could be damage control coming from the Xbox guys, man, on it or whatever. It's low, but it don't matter to me, man. Half these Xboxes gonna be going back to the store or eBay anyway. So it don't even matter, man. But you know what? Look, let's just say, they was right. The sales were, average or whatever. But they still get their ass kicked. It don't matter, man. They need to come out with some games, man. Or, the next generation gonna look real hard. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about next generation. We already know this generation is over. I'm thinking about the sales next generation. When it's time for these new boys to come out. You know what I'm saying? Because all these, they not gonna get my dollars day one, and a lot of other hardcore Xboxes day one, man. They gonna be in big trouble, man, if they if they don't come with it at E3. I can't wait for E3, man. I know I keep saying that, man, but I just can't wait.
Yo, speaking of E3, Lincoln, man,
I'm gonna be live streaming. I'm throwing out videos. I'm doing it all, man.
Yo, all I know is that, man, Sick is gonna be fucking doing like a reaction video, man. I want to be there, dude.
I think I'm gonna be live when it's on. I think I'm gonna actually go live and be live when it's on. I don't care who in there. I just need to express myself live. Like, I don't even want to do no reaction. I want to be, my reaction got to be live.
So, speaking of E3 there, Lincoln, did you see that fucking Canadian Walmart leak?
I heard about a leak, but I don't know what it's about. You want to fill us in?
I'll be more than glad to. I'm definitely calling this shit 100% bullshit. That's all I'm going to say. But there's a couple flaws that I noticed with this supposed leak, right?
Okay, now, so tell us what the leak is before you tell us what the flaws are.
All right. So basically, fucking somebody took a screenshot, right, of like of the Canadian Walmart website, right, for a bunch of pre-orders for games that weren't even supposed to be up there. And fucking I am. Don't worry. So prepare your milk bags. Oh, I will be, man. My milk bags will be fucking loaded and ready to go, bro. But anyways, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen, right? I want people to see this crap like that. I'm going to point out the two obvious fucking flaws as to why I think this is. Well, there's actually a couple flaws, but as to why I firmly believe that this fucking image is bullshit. All right. So here we go at the top, right? Tom Clancy Division 2. We already know that's coming, right? Splinter Cell, that's been rumored now for a while. We saw that leak from Amazon, so that very well could be true. Fucking Insurgency, Sandstorm, we know that's coming. Well, at least I know that's coming because fucking they confirmed it a while back. Last of Us 2, we know that's coming, but I don't think it's coming next year. I could be wrong. Maybe it probably will be. I don't fucking know. Just Cause 4, maybe I can see that happening. WWE 2K19, that's already a given. We already know that shit's coming. Now Dragon Quest 2, I'm a little bit confuzzled by that. Fucking, I don't know if it's going to be a remake to the original classic. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know. That one kind of makes me with a big question mark over my head. But anyways, it gets better. Trust me. So Just Cause 4 for Xbox. Now Destiny Comet. I'm assuming that's going to be kind of similar to what the Taken King was, where they have all the DLCs and shit. Because like now all the actual season pass DLCs are now officially out. So I could see this being like similar to Taken King, where all like, you know, Game of the Year edition kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But more fucking bullshit because fuck Destiny. But even though it doesn't say Destiny 2, it just says Destiny Comet. I don't know what the fuck that is. So that might not even be related to Destiny. I don't fucking know. Fucking trash is what it is. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Keep this one in the back of your mind. I'll explain to you why this is also a part of the reasons why I think this is bullshit. Metroid Prime, we already know that's coming, but there's no 4 on that box, but it says right there that there is. NBA 2K19, duh. Super Smash Brothers, duh.
Not buying it.
3. We definitely know. I'm pretty sure at this point we are aware that Borderlands 3 is coming. Assassin's Creed, we don't know what the actual next one is. I heard rumors that it's supposed to be fucking I forget where it's supposed to take place, but either way, pretty sure we know that's coming. Lego DC Villains, nobody gives a fuck about that. The remake for Final Fantasy 7 right here for the PS fucking 4. Beyond Good and Evil 2, we know that's coming. Rage, this one came out of nowhere. First of all, I mean, no offense, sick man, but the first game sucked balls. So, and it sold like hot garbage too. So why the fuck would now? I'm not. To be fair, I could see Bethesda doing some dumb shit like that and actually getting in software to make a sequel. But fuck that noise. I'd rather see Doom 2 fucking come out, and I've been seeing hints and rumors from fucking id Software doing that. So I don't want to see a sequel for Rage because the first game sucked the ball sack. So fuck that game. Beyond Good and Evil 2, for whatever you want to call it, Dreams, we know that's coming. It's Synergy, whatever you want to call it, Borderlands 3, blah, 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 blah. But it isn't until you get down here that really made me fucking be like, yo, this is garbage ass fucking rumor, dude. So that's all script about that. Now, I'm going to leave this here. Notice anything wrong? Look very, very closely. You'll see it.
Pre-order now.
Gears of War 5. Gears of War 5.
Gears 5, I can believe that. But look at the other game.
The exclusive Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
No, fuck that. I just noticed that myself. No. Have a look at this. Forza Horizons fucking 5. So wait. So Microsoft, wait, you're telling me that Microsoft canceled 4 and said, fuck it, let's give them 5 instead? The 4th game hasn't even come out yet.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
That right there.
I never would have caught that because
I wouldn't have caught it either.
Like, most people didn't until I brought something up and like, holy fuck, I didn't even see that. Now, another reason why I think this is pure bullshit, fucking go back to Final Fantasy 7, right? First of all, Final Fantasy 7 just got fucking scrapped. The original version got scrapped. The new team is working on it. So we're definitely not going to see anything on that, let alone a fucking pre-order, let alone a release date. And plus, there was actually an article on PlayStation Lifestyle that actually fucking said that it was a long way out. On top of that, too, as well, PlayStation fucking gets it first for a year. It's a timed exclusive on PlayStation. So why the fuck would the goddamn pre-order be up there for Xbox a year in advance? Or 2 years, I should say, actually, 2 years, because PlayStation gets it first for the first year. The fuck? That makes no fucking sense. Ooh. So I'm calling this leak bullshit.
Yeah.
So why do you think it happened then?
Just to fucking put some fucking rumors out there. I mean, there's a lot of people. See, we're getting close to E3 month, right? And so usually around that time, we see a lot of fucking rumors and speculations come out. And a lot of the time, the rumors are just fucking garbage. They're just like, look how many times 4chan comes out with rumors, right? A month leading into E3, and they're always wrong. So it's just there to keep the hype train going for E3. That's all it's there for. Yeah, and like I said, anybody could have took that fucking and replaced all the boxes on that site with the $79.99 price tag and just put the pre-order on there. It's not hard to do. Anybody can fucking photocopy that shit or Photoshop that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not buying Forza. I can't believe I bought the last Forza. Oh man, I regret that purchase.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's gonna be on Game Pass, so you're good.
Yeah, I got a 5 month. I got a 5 month subscription to Game Pass. Combined up to 5 months. So I ain't even used it yet. I was gonna use it for Sea of Thieves, but that game's so trash I didn't waste my time. And then that damn $60 gift card on it anyway.
You know, it's like as much as I hate to agree with that, dude, I kind of have to, man, because fucking E3 keeps getting worse and fucking worse every year. Legit worse every year. Like before, like we used to get so fucking hyped up for E3, man, because that's like Christmas for gamers, right? Now it's like we go in there, it's just like, okay. Like there hasn't really been like fucking, I mean, outside from a few notable exceptions, E3 is like very sparse on like the actual fucking excitement factor. Now, of course, I will say this for the record. If for some miracle fucking reason Sony does announce fucking goddamn Bloodborne 2 fucking this next month at E3, I am going to fucking flip the fucking bird in a good way. I'll look at my PlayStation and I'll fucking sell this shitbox fucking so goddamn fucking fast, bro.
You and the Xbox gonna take a road trip?
Oh hell yeah! Shit, no, bitch. I ain't taking a road trip. That's taking that kick trip. I'm taking that bitch up my motherfucking goddamn balcony, dude. I don't give a fuck no more, bro.
Hey man, I look at it every day, man. I look at it every day, like, baby, we might have to take this road trip, man. I'm about to, break up with you slowly. Take this road trip.
Yeah, look how many weeks you and me had private conversations about whether you should buy the X or not.
Yeah, I know, and I know. I'm telling you, and I should have stuck with what I was saying. That's why I was hesitating so much. I should have just stuck with it, man.
That's a very good hint. I never even thought of that.
What's that?
Nick, you sneaky son of a bitch. The fact that Bloodborne was a PS Plus game last month, fucking 6 of that could very well be a hint.
That's true.
Yeah. That's very fucking true.
No doubt. That's a great point.
That's a very. I don't know, man. But that Shadows Never Die teaser trailer that we saw at the Game Awards, fucking like late last year in December in 2017, dude. I don't know, man. I mean, it could be Tenchu, but that shit didn't look like Tenchu to me. That looked like some kind of shit that you would see in like Bloodborne and shit, dude, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm telling you, my soul, my heart is just like, please be fucking Bloodborne, man. Because it come time fucking there next month. And that shit, if it is Bloodborne, man, I swear to God, bro. Sick, I'm letting you know right now, Sick. If I'm on your fucking show and we watch that shit together and that game gets announced, I apologize to you and I apologize to everyone in the chat. I am going to scream like a little girl. That's the only game I want as far as like my most fucking obsessed fucking sequel right now. Sequel is Bloodborne 2.
That makes a lot of sense. What Sick just said right there, that they want as many people to play it to get familiar with the sequel. I think that makes a lot of sense too. How well did the first Bloodborne do?
I think it's a little over. Didn't it not sell close, or if not a little bit more than 2 million, close to, or a little bit more? I can't remember. I know it's over 1.5 million. I know that much.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, when it was free at the PlayStation, at the PlayStation Store, I jumped on it. I haven't played it yet, but I mean, AAA exclusives like that, I had to jump on it.
Bitch, I ain't mute my mic. I want people to know my excitement for Bloodborne 2, Danny. How dare you? No, Bloodborne, man, like, yo, that's the game that got me into fucking my love for the Souls games, because I never cared for the Souls games until I played Bloodborne.
Yeah, and that's one of the new That's one of the new type of games that I plan on getting into. I never played any of the Souls, never played Bloodborne. Wasn't really a fan, but that's going to change. I got the free Bloodborne download, so I'm gonna give it a shot, give it a go. But that's what's exciting about the PS4. I got options, damn it. I can give the games a try. Games that I never would have played on the Xbox.
Now, forgive me if I'm stuck on stupid, but isn't Dark Souls a PlayStation exclusive?
No,
or it's not.
No, Xbox got Dark Souls too.
Okay.
Yep.
I know a friend of mine that I worked with. He let me borrow Dark Souls 2, and I played it for a minute. It was an okay game, but it's just like medieval games just not at the top of my list. I don't have anything against them. I mean, I bought Shadow of Mordor. I mean, it was I bought it for $7 at the PlayStation Store. and I bought it for both systems actually, but I haven't played it. It's a backlog game that I may not ever get to.
God, man.
Never say never, man. It might be so dry one day. You might have no choice. You might be sitting there like, go ahead and give it a shot.
I want that sequel so bad, dude. I can taste it. Dude, man, I'm telling you that sequel alone, dude, will force me to sell my Xbox. I will not give a fuck.
Now let me ask you something, Fader. Why would you sell your Xbox? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why would that?
I probably won't, but I'm just saying for humor relief that I'm not going to sell it, obviously, because I can easily find something to play on the Xbox. But
I was just trying to get. I see what you're saying because I feel the same way.
But
like when I see that cover of Days Gone on Game Informer, I'm like, oh man, this gonna be. I'm selling my Xbox. Why do I need?
That's another game too as well. Like I was sitting on the fence on, but like I'm now over that fence now. Although I'm just kind of like hanging there because my underwear got caught on the fence fucking post. And I'm liking what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing.
I am too. Yeah,
Game Informer definitely convinced me that's definitely going to be a day one perch.
So that's another thing that I missed. What did Game Informer reveal? I mean, what did they reveal about Days Gone?
They basically talked about a lot of the information that was like looming over a lot of people's heads, like kind of skeptical about the game and shit. Like I mean, fuck, I can't remember exactly what they said per se, but like there's a breakdown video. I'll have to link it to you, the one that I watched. It was extremely informative, dude. Like a lot of the things you're gonna be able to do in that game sounds fucking awesome.
Well, I already knew that game was going to be a day one purchase for me, and truthfully speaking, I thought Sony should have started 2018. I think they should have started, they should have released Shadow of Colossus right at the beginning to start the year off. And I felt like they should have released Days Gone next, in February or March, so they can get this ball rolling, and get out there with a bang. But hell, they sitting pretty good right now anyway.
Exactly.
I am disappointed that the game is coming out in 2019, but I think it's the best move for them.
Oh no, I'm not going to scream like an actual girl. I can't do that unless I sat on my own nutsack. I'm not going to do that. That's fucking stupid.
But no, that's Days Gone is definitely a day one purchase for me. I mean, to me, that's even though I guess technically that it looks like he's dealing more with infected, rather than zombies, but still, to me, it still follows protocol where he's overwhelmed and having to use everything at his disposal, shoot only when he has to, has to use his ammunition sparingly, instead of these co-op players going on a zombie hunt looking for one zombie, that's only within an 80-mile radius.
I'm gonna see if I can debunk that or not for you, man. When I play that game when it gets released there next week or a week after, whatever the fuck day it is, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that game. But I'm gonna play it anyways though, because I have my month of Game Pass. So I might as well use it because I'm still playing other games on there, so I still have the value.
They got like this big list of details of Days Gone from Game Informer, like how long it's been in development. Been in development for 5 years. More than 100 developers working on the game. How many hours is going to be? The AI of the infected. How you can customize. I guess the character name is Deacon, right? Like his bike is customizable. All kinds of weapons. 30 hours. 30 hours long. That's not even include all the exploring and all the other stuff you could do.
It almost sounds like it might have some Gears of War type mechanics in terms of being able to like having a skill tree and customizations. It kind of sounds like that.
Mm-hmm.
You mean God of War?
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Why the fuck do I keep saying Gears of War?
I was gonna say,
know what you meant.
I don't remember a skill tree. Gears of War.
Customize shit in that game.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad, Lincoln. I do the same.
I mean, actually, yeah, you can customize. Actually, you can customize Gears of War. Although through microtransactions, because that game fucking murdered me on microtransactions.
I never spent a single fucking cent on that shit, dude. And I
didn't either. But my son kept asking me for them.
Damn.
Yeah, shit.
Our sons cost us a lot of money, man.
You ain't bullshit, man. Like
how much money I spent on this damn Xbox ecosystem because of my son. Woo!
Fucking there's that fucking word again.
What's that?
ecosystem. I cannot stand that word anymore.
I don't
The
like that
Xbox,
word
the Xbox community has officially ruined that word for me, man.
because I don't like that word because it almost feels like, for you to call yourself invested in the Xbox ecosystem, it almost sounds like it's mandatory that you must have owned more than one Xbox console, that you had to keep upgrading as the consoles keep coming up. So if you're in the Xbox ecosystem, you must be a person that owned the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, the Xbox One X, and if you are a gold ecosystemer, you own the Minecraft edition, Xbox One S.
Damn, I own all of them but the Minecraft edition, so I'm close enough. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
All I have is the S, man. If anybody sits there and tells me that fucking I can't be part of the ecosystem, I'll be like, good. I don't want to be with morons. Good to go.
I think of it like all the money and games and stuff that I put into this system, man. That's what I'm thinking about. Like I like a lot of these games. I wish I could switch to the PlayStation version. Like that invests so much money into Microsoft games is what I'm saying.
Yo, I won't lie, man. Ever since Conan Exiles dropped yesterday when it officially launched out of fucking early access and it got released on PS4. I kind of wish I would have fucking invested on the PS4 version, man, because there's already people on there that I know that I played Ark with that are now getting into that game, and it pisses me off.
Yeah,
but I'll probably eventually end up double dipping in that game. I'm kind of glad I didn't right now at the moment because that game runs like fucking shite on PS4. That game is literally broken on PS4 right now.
Well, I want to say that I'm sure they'll, send out some.
They'll fix it. There's already a patch already. Like that's already.
I was going to say, yeah, I'm sure they'll stabilize it sooner or later.
They will.
But it would have sounded like damage control coming out of my mouth.
No. And believe me, the Xbox version is far from perfect too, as well. Like, there's a lot of moments where like my game like goes into like this fucking kind of like a Zaire stuttering moment with frame rate, and it just it just drives me fucking bonkers when it doesn't, man. But it's nowhere near as bad as the way Ark launched. Like Ark, even to this very given day, that game is still unplayable at times, and that's fucking sad. And that game's been out for fucking how long now? Like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck? Right. But it plays nowhere near. It's nowhere near as bad as fucking Ark, though, man. Ark is fucking atrocious. Fuck that game. J-Wags is home. See if we can get this bitch ass up in here, man.
Let me see. No, hey, that's fatal. That dude worked nonstop, J-Wags. But hey,
that's who he's referring to. That's who.
But I will send you a link. I'm only going to be on for about another half hour, 45 minutes. But if you still want to jump in, I'll send you the link.
Oh, I was only kidding, but never mind. You're fine. You're good. I always enjoy talking to the J-Wags, man. If there's one dude in this community outside from Thrash, and Sick Humor does have some hilarious moments too. Ian's been fucking on a roll lately, man. That motherfucking Ian.
Yeah.
He's been on a roll with his bashing on the Xbox, dude. It's glorious.
Well, the thing about it is when we do the PlayStation Plus podcast, I like Ian. But sometimes he's kind of quiet. But yeah, he has been cussing a lot lately and hasn't been holding back.
But J-Wags though, when he makes his solo videos though, man, he goes off. I finally got around to watching his Nintendo one. I almost pissed my pants laughing, man. Fucking cracks me up, man. Okay,
there you go, J-Wags. I just sent you a link. So, like I said, I'm only gonna be on about another half hour, 45 minutes, but feel free to jump in. We started this podcast off talking about an article that I read about how this writer seems to think that Microsoft is looking to the future and Sony isn't.
I still don't get that. That makes that I can't fathom what the fuck. Where do people come up with this shit?
That I don't think never has an article like had me like, man, what in the fuck, Yo,
actually, for me, I can't say that because the first article that I read that I thought was the most idiotic shit I ever read in my life was some dude was talking about all these things that you're going to be able to fucking see and do in Sea of Thieves prior to release, right? And none of it came true. He was talking about how your character gets old. You know what I mean? Like the longer you play the game, your character growth like gets older in age. Fucking, he was talking about all like this fucking cloud shit, dude, and how like every island's gonna virtually be different to each other. And he made this game sound like it could have been like something that Rare could have done. But yeah, at the end of it all, none of that shit was in there. I was like, bitch, what the fuck version were you playing? A coma? Like, what the fuck? Where did people come up with this shit, man?
Spartan God, what's good, brother?
Spartan. So I was streaming earlier today there, fucking Lincoln, and I use this application on the through my web browser. It's called Speech Chat, and it allows me to connect to like YouTube, Mixer, or Twitch. I can have all three on if I was doing like Restream. And what it does is because since I don't have a secondary screen and I don't have a phone, so I can't see the chat, this works as a substitute for me, right? So basically what it does is like it'll come out and it'll say like who says like whatever. It'll say like the person user's name, and then it will say like on my headset like what they're saying, right? You can change the language to whatever you want. You can be like Google English, Google American, Google fucking whatever you want to call it, right? Or UK. You can make it like German if you want to, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm playing my game. And then people were just like randomly taking, because they could hear it through my headset, like what like how the chick sounds, dude. And they were having a fucking blast in my chat, just fucking trolling the fucking speech chat. It was funny as hell.
Real quick. All right, Jay Wags. I get you, bro. You gotta put your son to bed. You're gonna head to sleep soon. You know, I'm not too far behind you, brother. I'm gonna be shutting it down pretty soon too. But remember though, we on for next week though for the Lincoln Show. I got Draco Royal Flush Gaming on the Lincoln Show tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you check that out. And you know, there's always gaming news going on, so I'll definitely have some questions for him. Ryan Landis, if Xbox announced good first-party games at E3, but they were all 3 years off or more, you know, would you be relieved, you know, or pissed that there's no games now? I've been trying to say this from the word go. Whatever they're going to show at E3 this year is probably going to be shit that's going to be 2 or 3 years out. There's probably going to be for the next generation. So, you know, what my focus has been is that I've been trying to tell everybody who's been listening that Microsoft never really intended to put out that many AAA exclusives this generation. You know, it's almost like they built the Xbox One X with the sole intent of it being a third-party console. So that, you know, what you know, as far as would I be relieved, I could really care less because, you know, whatever they show, it's not going to make me jump up and say, oh shit, you know, I got to go, you know, I got to hang on to my Xbox or I got to go get an Xbox 2 when it comes out. No, you know, they, you know, we're talking about a company that, you know, lying is second nature to them. So they got to show me. I'm not just going to just jump up and shit like that and go get it.
You know, look, I'll be relieved. I'm not even gonna lie. If they announce that stuff at E3, you know, I'm gonna be so hyped. I'm gonna be relieved. But I'm gonna be cautious at the same time. You know, by them canceling Scalebound, Crackdown 3 just vanished in thin air, stuff like that. You know, so I won't. It's one of them things where like I'll be relieved and excited, but at the same time in the back I'll be like cautious about it. You know, I'll be like, all right, you know, I'm relieved, but just please keep your word. Don't back out of this, or don't fuck it up. You know, yeah, I would.
Yeah, and I've tried to say this too. You know, and then some people may not agree with me, and it sounds like, you know, a conspiracy theory, but I'm wondering, whatever they show at E3 this year, how much of what they show at E3 this year is stuff that they don't even really plan on publishing, that they might be just throwing those trailers out there just to keep the inmates from getting rowdy and shit because everybody threatened to leave.
Yeah, you know. But they gonna leave anyway if they back out of it, man. So they, you know, it's like they gotta come with it or don't come with it. You know, they can't sit up here and try to lie their way out of it no more and make false promises.
Okay, like for instance, the rumors about Quantum Break 2. There was some rumors about, you know, that possibly, you know, coming up. So let's say Microsoft says that, you know, let's say they show a trailer for Quantum Break 2 at E3, and the game is like 3 years off. That's 3 years unless, and they never even intended to make the game. even if they don't make the game, it never intended to make the game. They just bought themselves 3 years that they don't have to, fight off the inmates, getting rowdy and shit. So that's where I'm going with this. How many of these games are they going to show where it's possible they have no intentions of even making a game? They're just doing it to try to, like I said, try to keep the prison calm.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, their main goal is still to go after the casual gamer, and it's like all the leaks and rumors and all this shit is just to calm down the hardcore people. And it seems like these leaks and rumors have always come out whenever Sony releases a game or give a release date on a game, or or whenever everybody starts getting restless and like, we need games. And it's, we just opened up a new studio. Is all this shit started happening when everybody started getting uneasy. They wasn't saying none of this shit last year that we opened up new studios. They wasn't saying none of this shit in 2016. They only saying this shit now that everybody acting up because of those Sony exclusives have finally materialized. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, just because they show me a bunch of shit at E3 this year doesn't mean that I automatically believe that this shit is coming. I won't, I'm not gonna take it, for granted that, okay, if they say Quantum Break is coming, I'm not gonna assume it's coming until I get an actual release date, given that they've canceled shit and, scrap shit, so I mean, the only reason why they even, opened up that Fable book again is because people started hollering after Horizon Zero Dawn, after the success of Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, if Horizon Zero Dawn would have flopped and nobody would have said shit about it, I don't think Microsoft would even be fucking with Fable right now. What up? That's true, Jay. Nobody gets a pass. In the earlier some shit came up about PlayStation Now, and I would be the first one to admit that the shit is trash. So whenever they pull some bullshit, I won't hesitate to jump on their head right now. But right now, the amount of games that Sony's putting out right now outweighs the bullshit they putting out. And it's the other way around over at Microsoft. That, you got a fucking whirlwind over there. Inside Xbox is always a good time. Oh my God, sick, man. Whoa. Ugh. Talking about something getting on your nerves. So I suddenly hear crickets. Y'all still with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Gun roof fell out. I'll send him another link, but I'll be ready to shut it down in about 20 minutes anyway. Let me see here. What's J-Wag saying? I don't know why we think I don't know why they think we are all Sony people. We call out all companies. Yeah, every company's bullshit. Yeah, that's true. But it's just right now, out of the three major companies, Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft is spilling out the most bullshit. That's why they constantly stay in the news. Not to mention that they're not helping their own cause, so always damage control and shit.
Blah, blah.
So let me send that link again to Gunru. I don't know if he's having issues or not, but I'll send it to him again just in case. So what else you got for us, Fatal, before we close shop?
That was pretty much basically all the news that I had today for you, sir.
Okay.
There is one thing, though, that kind of perplexed me a little bit. But I want to verify first before I open my fucking mouth and say anything. So continue on for now, unless I don't find it before you have to get off. But I remember, what do you call it there? Hey, you know what? Whatever happened to that game that Quantic Dreams was supposed to be making there with that professor dude? Did it ever come out?
I don't know what game that is.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to fucking remember what the hell game it was. Does nobody remember that shit? Or was that like just a glorious tech demo? That might have just been a tech demo.
Nope. All I know about from the sick. Look at him. He said 30 million Xbox consoles is amazing. That's 6 million a year. Oh shit. I had to break down some numbers. Here, let me pull out the old calculator here. So I think I even seen something as recently as last week where somebody said something like the PlayStation might be sitting on like 79 and change on how many consoles is out. So for the sake of making the math easier, I'm just gonna say 80 million.
Yeah, the Dark Sorcerer. Whatever happened to that game?
Have no idea. Divided by hey Jay Wags, I see what you're saying about the Neo. I was watching that. That's a game that that's a game that I've been curious about, but I just didn't want to drop the $60 on it because not because of whether or not the game is worth it or not. It's just too many exclusives coming out. So you got to pick and choose your battles. Just like Yakuza 6. That's another game that I'm interested in, but I don't want to drop the $60 for it. I downloaded the Yakuza, Song of Life demo onto my PlayStation, and it downloaded the entire game, not just enough for a demo. So I know where they're going with that. They want you to, buy the game and unlock it. So basically what I'm probably going to do is just leave the demo on my PlayStation until it comes up on sale, and then I'll buy it. So $30 for Neo? I'll have to check it out. If that's what it is, then I'll go ahead and scoop it up. It's going to be a backlog game, but I'll go ahead and scoop it up. Divided by 5 equals. So I just did the math on the PlayStation. So I put them at 80 million just to make the math easier. Divided by 5 years because we are into the 5th year of this generation. So they have averaged about 16 million consoles a year. Sick. But I think shit. How many did they sell last year though? In 2017, like 17 million. Well, what's Vidya talking about here? Anyway, what's up, Vidya? What's going on with you, brother? What? Impatient Fire. Sony sold 19 million consoles last year. Yeah, what I meant to say was Yakuza's Song of Life, the current Yakuza game that's out right now. That's I like Yakuza 6 too, but the new one that's out right now, that's the one that I really want, and that's the game that I'm waiting for it to be, for it to pop up on sale before I get it. So excuse me, I got that twisted. I meant to say.
Hold on, 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I went back to 2013's E3 for a second, and I'm trying to, because for some reason all day today I was thinking in the back of my head, I was like, I remember a couple of things that Sony stated back in 2013 that they either scrapped or they just never came into fruition.
Mm-hmm.
So hold on.
As far as that goes, as far as stuff that never came into fruition, shit, when this generation started, and maybe towards the end of the PS3 generation, shit, Sony was the king of delaying games.
No, not even that. Not just game. I'm talking about other things too as well. Hold on. So, see, I knew I wasn't fucking remembering fucking my okay. So here's a fun fact. You know how everybody's getting on fucking everybody's case about Microsoft and their cloud-based service and shit like that going to different devices?
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact. Go back and watch fucking Sony's 2013 fucking briefing, right? Right at the end of that conference with fucking William, or what's his name there, fucking House that comes out on stage talking about the Geikie fucking service they had. Did you guys know that fucking, before it was known as PS Now, was actually going to be on multiple devices, including tablets and cell phones?
doesn't surprise me because
nobody said shit. Nobody
Hey, you
said
guys-
fucking shit.
they
Yeah,
had. What's up, Thrash? What's up, partner? Partner. Yeah, who crunches some numbers? So, based on the numbers that I crunch, Sony's been averaging about 16 million consoles a year, and we also got into that shit about whether EA was wrong, about how many consoles Microsoft put out to date. The 29.5. So.
It was. I think it was just a tech demo, dude.
Hey,
Quantic Dreams was supposed to be making called
Can
the
you
Dark
guys-
Souls.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, what you had network issues or something?
Yeah. What I did was something was going on with my computer, and then I accidentally shut the Hangout down, and I had to relog back in, and it was just doing a bunch of funny crap that I couldn't figure out.
Oh,
So I'm on my phone right now, so I apologize about that.
it's all good.
That's funny. That's
Man.
fucking funny.
Yeah, that's crazy. Fucking computer.
No, it's amazing when you go back, man, and when you look at what Sony fucking did back in 2013 about releasing their cloud gaming streaming service, stuff like that on multiple devices. And they kind of somewhat did to an extent with like the PS Vita TV shit there, and like also on certain TVs also had it before they got rid of it because nobody was fucking with it. The same thing is going to happen to the cloud service on Microsoft as well.
I forgot about that thing. What's that thing that PlayStation has? Where you buy it's almost like a it's almost like the size of a Fire Stick, and you hook it up to another TV.
It was like PlayStation Vita TV shit.
Yeah, where you can stream games. You can basically two people can play off of one PS4. So you could take that box and connect it to another TV and Bluetooth it to your PS4, and the person that's on that other TV can play games, although they're streaming it. I thought that was a pretty neat idea, but just as long as broadband comes into play, the shit will never work right.
No.
Let me see here. Jay Wags is telling Xbox Video 30 million over 5 years is terrible, especially considering your competition is more than doubling your sales. Not to mention that someone tried to, predict that the Xbox One would sell over 200 million. Not to mention that those are the kind of numbers that Microsoft was looking at, being that they were going after the casual gamer. From what I'm seeing, other than a couple of gamers, most of the people that they got are people that like to watch Netflix on their shit.
That's because they ain't had nothing to play, man. They don't have no games to play.
Okay,
That's
so
why.
now, right now, so see, Jay Wags just said, no, I'm saying the Switch is going to pass the Xbox soon. So let's say that EA is right, that Microsoft was sitting on 29.5 million as of December of 2017. So that throws the numbers off by about 5 or 6 million. With that being said, let's say EA is correct. How long do you think it's going to take the Nintendo Switch to catch them now? Anybody?
I think about, man, 2 years maybe?
I predicted that the Switch was going to catch him by fall of next year, by like October of next year.
Yeah, so that's, yeah, you mean, yeah. I think 2 years for sure, in my opinion.
So looking at these VG chart numbers right now, they're sitting on 16.9 million.
Okay.
Okay, I knew I wasn't fucking remembering shit. Another thing is fucking back during the PlayStation 4 announcement live streaming they did 5 fucking years ago, February 2013, right? Another thing they showed off during that thing, I mean, even though it turned into its own share play functionality, but you were able to fucking, while live streaming, you know how Microsoft's doing that Mixer shit there where you can share your controller with somebody else on Mixer?
Mm-hmm.
Sony originally had that intention of doing the exact same thing all the way back in 2013, where you can sit there and watch somebody live stream, And then, but you can also fucking do certain commands to like do certain things on the stream for like the person like within the game, kind of like similar to what Mixer's doing right now. But on top of that too, as well, a player had the ability to either join in, the game that they're playing, or the player fucking can also, let somebody else use the controller and fucking play too as well.
Mm-hmm.
All through one single-handedly live streaming the game. And they just changed it to fucking share play, which I thought was rather interesting.
Just a moment. Darius Martell, Levante Jackson. You say this is clickbait. You must have came in late because I started this stream off talking about an article that seems to praise Microsoft because they seem to have a plan for the future and seem to think that Sony is living in the moment. So we've eventually moved on to that. So you might want to go back to the beginning of this stream if you want to hear what we talked about.
I'm going to have to screen cap that. So it seems to me like what Microsoft is doing with Mixer right now is doing exactly what Sony had originally planned for their streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Back when the PS4 originally was announced.
Mm-hmm.
And their fucking streaming service was supposed to go on multiple devices, but then they fucking said, fuck that noise, and just released it on PC and PS4, whereas Microsoft, they're going all in. As far as trying to bring everything to every device. That's rather interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of makes me think, though, man. It kind of makes me think because like Sony at one point almost fucking did the exact same shit,
right?
Which is crazy to me. That's fucking crazy. But yet the funny thing is, most people don't remember that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's right there in their E3 conference, and also too as well when they first revealed their fucking PS4.
You're right, Thrash. No need to explain to the death. We've already covered this thing. We've already covered this thing about the media talking about what's going on between Microsoft and Sony. I've been on for over 2 hours, so eventually we're going to move on to other subjects.
Yeah, because I have to fucking be on another podcast here in a minute. Fucking shit.
Oh yeah, whose podcast you about to join?
Rambo's podcast because he wants me to talk about fucking my impression so far with Conan.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna check that out. I want to hear your thoughts on it, so I'm gonna go and check that podcast out, man.
All right, cool.
Check you out.
Okay.
Yeah, if you follow me on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, there, Art Man, fucking you'll see it, dude.
Yeah.
I'll give you my Twitter handle. I'll post a link in the actual Hangout chat so you can fucking follow me on Twitter. You'll be able to see because I'm definitely gonna share it out when I go live.
No doubt,
okay.
No doubt.
Well, let's go ahead and close the shop then because I still need to finish getting ready for work, and then I want to try to see if I got time to try to stream a baseball game before I go to bed too.
You need to stream one day of me splitting your wig in that baseball, man, like you've been getting your butt handed to you in that Tekken.
When you want it.
Hey, whenever you want it, man, I'm ready. I think I can take you easily, man.
What?
I'm good. I think I can take you. You streaming it tonight?
The baseball game?
Yeah, you said you was playing a game tonight?
I was planning on it. Now, if you want to get your head cracked, we can go ahead and shut it down here in about 5 minutes.
We might as well shut it down and then get it cracking right now.
All right, Dan, let's get these outros in. So you heard it. You heard it, everybody. What's going on, Royal? We still on for tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So you heard it, everybody. Gunru Gaming just called me. He just called me out. So as soon as this stream is over, we're gonna move it over to the baseball diamond, and we're gonna go ahead and get it on. We're gonna see what this dude is made of. So as soon as we get done with this, make sure you check out the game because I'm gonna be streaming the game live.
Yes, sir. And Fado, I'm gonna check you out, man. My tag Gunru Gaming on Twitter, so I'm gonna send you a follow on there.
Oh yeah, cool. No doubt. I'm looking forward to it. Roy, I'm looking forward to that too tomorrow. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get some outros going.
All right, this Gunru Gaming, man. Fun being on here with you guys always, man. Had a good time. I haven't posted any videos yet on YouTube, but you can follow me at Gunru Gaming on Twitter, and I'll put updates on there and post a lot of stuff on there. So that's what's up.
Canadian Grizzly Bear.
All right, man. Yo, I'm your boy, Fatal Pistol. Thanks for having me on your show once again there, fucking Lincoln. It's always a pleasure to be on with you and just chilling and shooting the shits. I'm out.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. So whenever whenever I'm not doing the Lincoln show, I definitely like this format where we got 2 or 3 people in there because we can definitely get some opinions in, and you know, and everybody still gets their piece in. So I definitely like that.
Did this motherfucker just call fucking all 3 of us a fraud?
This dude been on some he been on some troll shit since he got in here.
That shit, dude.
Fraud? How? How are we a fraud?
The dude threatened he threatened me to change the title or else. He tried to say it was clickbait and threatened me to change the title. Oh, okay. It wouldn't be the first time that I've been threatened. It wouldn't be the last.
Nah, don't worry, man. Fucking trust me. You sit there and call me a fucking fraud, bro. Believe me, I will fucking pimp smack the fuck out your mouth if you call me that shit, son.
Got me jumping on some Foxy UK shit. I will take you apart down to a molecular level and put you back together and send you back home to your mother.
No offense there, fucking Jackson boy. Fuck out of here with your crap, man. Go. You know what you do? You can go up and go cry to somebody else that actually gives a fuck about your precious fucking Xbox. I own an Xbox myself and a PS4 because I'm a gamer at the end of the day, not a fuckboy. Get the fuck out of the chat, bitch.
Yeah, don't call me Danny. Don't fact of the matter is if what he said was that bothersome to me, I would have had the moderators take care of him a long time ago. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna get ready to close shop. Get ready to check out the stream. Me and Gunru Gaming, we're gonna go at it on MLB The Show. You know, so he gonna see these Tigers, he gonna see what they all about.
They some frauds. Let's get it.
Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you leave a like on the way out. If you happen to catch the replay, same deal. Make sure you leave a like and make sure you lock the door when you leave too. So, all right, that's gonna do it. And I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good night. Jump on over to my stream or jump on over to Fatal's, whichever direction you're gonna go in, and we will talk to you later. And where's the stop broadcast button? All right, that's gonna do it, and we are out.